this is Rosa Kelly. Today we are going to be working on this beautiful recipe book box that has a large album that you can use for recipes, a smaller gatefold album, super quick and easy to do, and also this beautiful box that we can store all together and have it as a decorative piece. We are using the Sicilia paper collection by Ciao Bella, so let's get started. Okay, so we are going to need a piece of 9x6, 2 pieces of 9x4, and 2 pieces of 6x4 that we took 2 inches from this side and 2 inches from this side and made this little notch right there. So now we're gonna put those pieces together. So to put the box together, we are going to need 2 pieces of 6 inches by 2 inches, and I'm going to score at 1 inch. So now I have 2 pieces of 9 inches by 2 inches, and I'm scoring at half, and we are going to add these 2 other pieces like that in the same way that we added those 2. So now I'm going to use 4 pieces of 4 inches by 2 inches. So now I'm going to reinforce the inside of the box by using 2 more of the 6x2 pieces and 2 of the 4x2 pieces, and we're just gonna place 1 on each corner. So now I'm going to use another piece of 9x6, and we're going to add this one on the inside to create a little divider. And so for that, I have 4 more pieces of 2x6. So we're just gonna let the glue dry. On the meantime, I'm going to paint the outside of my box all around so it all looks nice and even. So now we're done with our box and it is dry. I let this dry overnight just to make sure that I won't smash the paint or anything like that. So now what I'm gonna do is just select some of the design paper here and cut the paper, add it into the box. I was really looking at these beautiful tiles, and so yeah, so I'm gonna cover the box and then I'll be right back so we can decorate it together. So here's my box with the paper added. I only added paper on the front. I might come back and do the inside later on. And I also did the outside and I love how it looks. Okay, so also I went ahead and cut this clock piece and we are going to go ahead and add this clock here on the center. So here's the box. I added the flowers. I also went ahead and put the little needles for the clock. Even though they're not functioning, I still think it looks pretty, and I just went ahead and glued them down because I didn't want this to break later on. And so yeah, so here is the box, and now let's go ahead and work on the album. For the album, we are going to need 2 pieces of 9.5 by 8 inches and 1 piece of 9.5 by 1.5. This album is going to have a floating page, and for that I'm going to cut a piece of 9 inches, and this measures 8.5 inches here. So I'm just going to score this piece at 1 inch and 1.5. Okay. So now we have this central page added, and basically we're gonna have 3 full pages, which is gonna be the inside covers and this flap here. So for the inside covers, I'm going to cut 2 pieces of my heavyweight cardstock. I'm going to cut these at 9.25 by 7.75. Okay, so I'm gonna work on these two pieces separately. I'm gonna start with the one that's gonna go on the inside front cover, and for this I'm going to simply grab two more pieces of cardstock. What I want this book to have is lots of room for pictures. You can maybe use this as a recipe book and you want to have lots of room for recipes or magazine cutouts or things like that. Okay, so I'm going to cut two of these pieces here at 9¼ as well, and we are gonna score at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inches. Okay, and we're going to do the same on this other side, 1/2 inch and 1/4 inches. Grab another piece of cardstock and I'm going to cut these at 4 inches, 4.5, and we're going to do another one at 4.5, and we are going to cut these by 8¼ So we're going to take out just a little bit, and same thing here, 8¼ and we are going to score. So the first piece we are going to score just 1/2 inch on one side and 1/2 inch on that other side, and the second one we're going to do 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch here again. All right, and for this one, which is going to be the bottom pocket, I'm going to cut the corners like so and do the same here. So we have that piece. So now this piece is going to go into our book. So I'm going to grab it and place it right here on this first side. So I'm going to add my glue all around. And place it. For this one, I'm going to start by cutting this one piece at 7 3/4. Actually, let's do two pieces at 7 3/4, and I'm going to do these ones by 10. Okay, and then we are going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So I'm going to place this on my scoreboard and do 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and we're gonna give this page a 1/2 inch gusset, and let's just do the same for this other one. We're gonna cut these at 9 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and let's score this piece at 1/2 inch and 1 inch on 3 sides. So I'm gonna start on the 9 3/4 inch, and we're gonna do 1/2 and 1. Turn this around and do 1/2 and 1, and we're gonna do the same on this side, 1/2 and 1. And what I'm going to do is take off this square little piece on the corners, just like that, and same thing here, just like that. And now we're gonna fold along the score lines. Okay, so now we have the dimensional pockets, and this is going to close. So I'm going to glue this piece down. Here we go. And we're just gonna simply place it on the back, just like this. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So now we're gonna work on this other page on the center. So now I'm going to use 2 more pieces of cardstock. I'm going to cut these ones at 7 3/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, so we have 2 pieces of 7 3/4 by 4 1/2, and then I'm going to use the other 2 pieces, just this full size, and these measures 6 1/2. Okay, so now we're going to simply score 1/2 inch on one of the sides for this one. So let's go ahead and start with the smaller pieces. Here we go. Let's see. I'm going to do 1/2 inch, and on this one 1/2 inch as well. Okay, and then the other 2, I am going to place them along the 6 1/2 and just do 1/2 inch. are done with the structure of the book. Now what I'm gonna do now is just cover everything with paper, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do the cover together. I went ahead and added the paper on all the pages. I do have some different cutouts from the collection just that I put on the pocket. I'm going to come back and add a little bit more decoration. Okay, so now I think that we can go ahead and decorate the cover together. So for that, I chose this piece of paper that I really love. I went ahead and distressed the sides, and then I was kind of debating to see if I put this label here, because I do want this to be a recipe book or a cookbook. So I did cut out the little text from the collection, and I have two here. One says recipe and one says cook. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, but I do know that I want to add just a little bit of flowers here on the top. You don't want to do any flowers on the bottom because this is going to go inside our box. The first thing I'm going to do is just glue this page down, just like that. And then, like I said, this collection has a lot of different cut aparts that you can use and layers. So for example, we have this beautiful little bird, so I'm gonna cut this one and see if I want to use it on the cover, or we can always use it on the inside of this book as well. So I decided to use the bird only instead of the whole tag, because I do want this to be here on the side. It kind of goes with the whole bird theme that I'm going for. So I'm going to add this piece up there. Now this, I want this to be like a label. You can put recipe book or cookbook, or you can just simply add the dates, or if you're just making this for pictures, you know, you can put any title that you like in there. And I am going to do this little bird. Now the little bird I'm going to layer on some chipboard to give a little bit more dimension. So I'm just gonna add a couple pieces here on the back. So maybe I'll do one there and one here, just like that. Okay, and then I can add the bird right there, just something like this. Okay, so I also went ahead and made this quick and easy gatefold. This will hold quite a lot of pictures or recipes or anything that you like to do in here, maybe even some journaling. And I wanted to make it a small 6x6 piece so I can accommodate all these beautiful 6x6 papers from the collection. So to make the pages, I cut my cardstock at 6¼ by 7¼ and score down at 6¼ and 6½. Then you just go ahead and fold along the score lines to have this little shape. And I did the same to 5 pages. So you're gonna have 5 on each side, and then you just go ahead and glue one on top of each other like that. For the center base, I cut a piece of 6¼ by 6½, and then I add 5 on one side and 5 pages on the other side, and there you go, you have your gatefold album. Super quick and easy. Okay, so here we have all of the pieces that we did. We did this quick and easy little gatefold to use all of our 6x6 papers. I think this is the perfect way to use all of those 6x6 papers that you have. Also, we created this large album. I wanted to be practical with lots of pockets to add recipes. You can use this for memory keeping, journaling, just anything that you like. I just absolutely love the lemon theme throughout the collection. This is why I think it will be so beautiful as a recipe book, and of course based on all of your amazing suggestions as well. And here is the complete box. So now we're just gonna put the little gatefold on this first pocket. I did not add any flowers on the cover because basically all of it will be inside and covered behind this clock, and you don't want to you want to make sure that it will fit in your pocket. Also, because this has a soft spine, when you add your pictures or anything that you want to add in there, you still need a little bit more room. And then I'm going to add the big album on the back here as well. Notice that I switched the flower that I used first because it was kind of too bulky and it was preventing this from going all the way down. So I really hope that you guys enjoy the project, the tutorial, and I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.